Are you looking for the best 8-person tents? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best 8-person tents on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1, Core 9-person Extended Dome Tent. For those of you who want to have fun outdoors but are too broke to afford a top-dollar oversized tent, allow me to present the Core 9-person Extended Dome Tent. Although it comes in at a budget-friendly cost, this tent surprised me with its positive performance right off the bat. The Core 9-person actually lives up to the name. Boasting a 16x9 floor plan, you can easily throw 3 queen beds here. Everyone even said it's actually bigger than the images depict. As one camper reported, it also held up to some pretty nasty weather, including severe back-to-back thunderstorms. So if you get caught in some weather, you don't need to worry about getting drenched. When the weather is cooperating, remove the rainfly for mostly uninterrupted mesh viewing and flawless airflow. As a final perk, despite not being labeled as an instant tent, it may as well be one. A particularly amusing story was told by a camper who had had a bit too much camping fun. Despite being somewhat drunk, he still had no trouble pitching the tent in 5 minutes. The Core 9P is an excellent pick for any budget-conscious large group. Yet, it doesn't chintz out in performance. Number 2, Wenzel 8-person Klondike Tent. The Wenzel 8-person Klondike tent is your go-to if you're trying to get the most amount of square footage for the money. At 16 x 11 feet, this is the largest product on our list. It's more of a portable cabin, and it comes at an affordable price, which is pleasantly surprising for a tent of this capacity. With that floor plan, you can easily fit a large group of 8-9 people. As if that amount of real estate isn't enough, the Wenzel 8P has a screen room. One nice touch that I enjoy is that the screen room has the floor. Many screen room tents, especially at this price, don't usually include a floor. Without a proper bottom, insects can easily enter your supposed bug-free sanctuary. But thanks to the screen room floor, you can use this space for sleeping and general hanging around. When the skies decide to open up, you'll still remain comfortable, not claustrophobic, in the Wenzel 8P. Number 3, WHITEDUCK Regatta Canvas Bell Tent. If you've seen those adorable Pinterest photos of canvas tents and want to try the glamping life, check out the WHITEDUCK Regatta Canvas Bell Tent. Available in several sizes, including a 13 for 6p, and 16.5 for 10p. There's a size for every group. Plus, since you have a perfectly symmetrical, circular floor, you can arrange the space, and maximize it, without the restriction of a rectangular floor plan. All this means you won't feel cramped in this cozy home away from home. One personal drawback is that it may be too cozy. Only 2 windows and a large door. If 360 viewing is a priority for you, this may not be your solution. On the other hand, the Regatta is a dry place to wait out any storms. Canvas is naturally waterproof, and this tent is no exception. In fact, some people have left it pitched for months through all kinds of weather, including thunderstorms, but through it all, the inside stayed perfectly dry. Finally, don't be scared away because it looks hard to set up. It really isn't. Sure, it's not a 2-minute instant tent. But unlike some canvas tents, which require hours of pitch time, the Regatta can be assembled in 20 minutes. Number 4, Eureka Copper Canyon LX8P. Offering a wildly tall 7 ceiling height, not even the tallest members in your group should worry about bumping into the roof. The 13 x 10 floor space holds 2 queen beds with an extra 3 for another cot or additional moving space. Although it's not as big as some other tents on our list, the room divider helps mitigate this somewhat. It can be unfurled to provide extra privacy and separation, which is a welcome addition when camping with so many people. The Eureka Copper Canyon 8P is perfect for warm, fair weather camping. It's received special praise for its airflow, Even on hot nights, you can drift off to sleep comfortably instead of tossing and turning because it's still too stuffy. We mention fair weather camping specifically because it's just that, a tent best left at home when the weather is poor. Despite receiving praise from some campers, others mentioned their difficulties with the occasional leak or two. This was especially true in driving wind and rain. Plus, the build could be better. It's pretty sturdy once assembled, but be warned, it's advisable to be gentle when setting it up. Number 5. Core 9-Person Instant Cabin Tent. The Core 9-Person Instant Cabin Tent 14x9 is the tent for you if you want to avoid the hassle of a tedious setup process. Everyone who has used this tent praises its 60-second pitch. This is thanks to the pre-attached poles. You unfold them, extend them like an umbrella, and voila, instant tent. At the same time, you're not sacrificing space for convenience. The Core 9P offers 14 × 9 of living space. And with 6.5 of ceiling room, no one will have to stoop down when moving around inside. Not to mention, this tent has been tested in bad weather and has remained dry. Actually, one camper recalled being at a campground with some buddies, who were in a separate tent. When a strong thunderstorm struck, the campers' buddies had to go sleep in their car, whereas the Core 9P held steady all night. None of these perks are coming at a painful cost to your wallet. Coming in at a decently affordable price, this makes the Core 9P a good option for someone who wants a basic but sturdy tent without breaking the bank. One of the negatives, though, has to do with the zipper construction. A few users expressed concern over the two-door zippers. When they close at the corners, there's a small gap just large enough for bugs or small critters to sneak inside. So be mindful of this design flaw when purchasing. Number 6. Coleman Tent Octagon with Panoramic View. If your group is a little on the smaller side, but you still want something large enough to fit everyone without being cavernous, check out the Coleman Tent Octagon with Panoramic View. There are several things that make this tent stand out. The first is its stall height. This 7 ceiling is pretty darn awesome. No one in your group will need to hunch anywhere inside this tent. Next, we have the unique octagonal shape. With its symmetrical and octagonal floor plan, several campers can lay their sleeping gear in the middle of the tent, while still having room for a few others to lay on the edges. Another noteworthy feature of the Octagon is the impressive weatherproof specs. It features a high waterproof rating of 2000 mm, and coated polyester construction for fabric that doesn't leak. Not to mention, the sewn-in bathtub floor helps prevent unwelcome rainwater sneaking in through the floor as well. Now that we've highlighted some of the perks, I will say that this tent is a bit small if you have a group of 8 people. Some campers said it's too cramped when you try to stuff 7 or 8 people inside. Offering a 65 square feet floor, this is a little smaller than some of the other tents we're discussing. So if you do need an 8P tent for a true 8P group, you may want to look elsewhere.